Hello, I'm Full Paragon, and this is your guide to mid-level water Bane Arena in Konosuba Fantastic Days. But Fizz is back, baby. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't even remember the last time we got an arena where I could safely say that Fizz was not only a viable option, but possibly the best option. And it was definitely before I started making videos 2 months ago. The thing here is, the boss actually disadvantages mages with a magic attack down attack as his first move. Lightning physical is also in a great place, though mages aren't bad by any means here. You actually can run either Fizz or mages in this arena. I do believe that Fizz has the advantage here, but it's by a hair. You could get top 1k with mages rather safely. The boss does have an attack that will do a physical attack down from what I'm seeing, but it's only a tier 1 physical attack down, whereas the magic attack down is tier 2, which is much more debilitating to your team. First, let's talk about that physical team. It's extremely good with Kenpo Leah, who provides a tier 2 physical attack up, as well as a tier 2 agility buff, and a damage cut from her ult. It also has Lightning Mitsu, who provides healing and a tier 3 attack buff from his ult. Chris has high damage thanks to her tier 2 agility buff, and HP conditional skill, as well as a boss agility debuff, which allows your team to survive and still deal hull damage. Other good choices for the team, I have Casino Iris and 3-star Lightning Melissa. Don't use Kenpo Melissa. She is much worse than the 3-star, and I don't see her being functional. You could swap Melissa and Iris around. It doesn't really matter as much which one is first. Just use whoever you think will perform best in which slot. As for other choices, there are some good ones. I don't have Axel Heart's Erica, who also has a tier 3 attack buff, or Swimsuit Aqua, or even El Silo. If the boss deals more damage than I'm anticipating and your team is struggling to survive, I would suggest adding in a healer. Probably El Silo is the better one, although Swimsuit Aqua isn't bad by any means with this team. Overall, this team is highly reliant on trials. You're going to need to have trialed both Mitsu and Leah to get them to function properly, as without his trials, Mitsu's physical attack is quite low, and Leah doesn't have a viable weapon outside of her personal weapon. Still, if you've put in the legwork, I think this is actually going to be the team to beat in this arena, and we will finally see physical showing up in the top scores. As for mages, they're pretty much unchanged from their last run, with the side note that if you have unlocked Union's Lightning ult, it's a pretty great choice this time around. You can have El Silo provide that tier 3 magic attack up instead, and enjoy the massive nuking potential that Union's ult has. However, I don't think anyone has actually managed to unlock more than perhaps stage 2 of Union's ult, so at this point in the game, you're probably better off still running her first version, as that Lightning ult isn't going to be dealing nearly as much damage until it's fully upgraded. But this is the pretty typical team. You have ReZero Megamine, Swimsuit Wiz, Lightning 3-star Union, El Silo, and in the last slot I put Iris, as she's the best option that this team has, as there's not a Lightning Aru or Rin or anything like that. You can do some swap outs here. For ReZero Megamine, you can try and use the 3-star Winter Megamine, and for El Silo, you can swap her out for a different healer, such as Amelia, or even New Year or Swimsuit Aqua. Unfortunately, aside from that, there aren't any real good choices for this team. You pretty much have to have Swimsuit Wiz, or this team just won't function at all. And if you do replace El Silo, it becomes significantly worse, as you will struggle without that agility buff. For the last slot, you can use whoever you think will hit hardest. Iris is the best choice, but you could use someone like Dust or Mitsurugi instead if you don't have her. Lightning does have some pretty decent welfare options. However, you're gonna really struggle here without Kenpo Leah. Her ability to buff the team with a tier 2 physical attack buff and the sheer amount of damage she can do with her HP conditional skill isn't something that can be easily replaced, unfortunately. As far as Erica goes, she is an alright tier 3 physical attack buffer, but she loses out hard compared to Mitsurugi or her 4-star self, as she has double AoE skills, which won't do much against the boss, but still, her ult will do the work. As far as Melissa, 3-star Lightning Melissa is really strong, and I would even use her on my irregular team that has some more high rarity characters. She's just that good. Unfortunately, Welfare Leah isn't nearly as good as Kenpo Leah, but she's a decent enough support and she can get the job done. It's the same story with Casino Chris. She's functional but doesn't have anywhere near the amount of firepower that Snow Chris does. And while we do have Welfare CeeLo in Lightning, she just can't compare to Axel Hart CeeLo with her agility buff. You could also use Dust on this team, but I just don't think Dust overall is all that great of a character, and I haven't invested much into him, nor do I recommend you do so, so it's hard to say that you could use him here. Try and make as many substitutions as possible. You could even try and run Lightning Union in this team, since she's quite powerful even without her tier 2 ult. That's the video. Thanks for watching. There will be a stream at 2 hours after reset on the second day that we have Midlevel Bane. I'm really looking forward to this one, as I'm going to experiment with both mage teams and physical teams and see which ones come out on top. I'm really pulling for Fizz, I won't lie. I am biased there, but we'll give mages their fair shake, and I do have the resources to build both teams fully so they'll be completely maxed out and you can see which one will perform the best. Take care and have fun in Konosuba Fantastic Days as we wait on Danmachi.